The thing about fighting in self-defense is there's not one thing that's going to work every time.
Okay.
Okay. And so I'm going to tell you a little story. So we had a kid that came in, got bullied. This is probably 15 years ago. He's getting bullied at school on the bus, like the fifth grader. He was like, I can't, second grader, maybe, I don't even remember how old he was, but there was a kid like multiple years older than him that's bigger, in those puberty years, that's like pushing around, beating this kid up a little bit, like beating him up, not just verbally, beating him up, right? So his parents bring him in. They want to get this kid trained in jiu-jitsu to learn how to defend himself and get him some confidence. So hopefully he can talk his way out of the situation, right? So kid trains with it for a couple years. It gets good. Like if you train jiu-jitsu for a couple years, you're gonna get good at jiu-jitsu. Like this is a total time thing. People can get better faster, but the longer you're in this sport, like it works. Like it's gonna work, especially if somebody has no training. Like a couple years of jiu-jitsu versus big strong guy that has no martial arts training, jiu-jitsu is gonna win. Period. So dad says, listen, son, I'm tired of you getting, roughed up. I'm going to take you to the school bus tomorrow, and I want you to kick this kid's ass. Okay? This is unbeknownst to us. This is just what this dad, which I think a lot of dads might feel that way.
Is this after the 2 years?
This is after the kid's been training
Oh,
for a couple
wow.
years.
Dad's been holding a grudge.
So dad's pissed. These kids get messed with every day. He's said something to
Still.
the school. Yeah, he said something to the school. He said something to everything. But he's like, son, it's time for you to stand up for yourself.
So wait, just to make sure I understand the fact pattern.
I love
The
this. This is
kid
full-on deposition.
the kid who's been training for 2 years has been able to repress his desire for instant revenge for
No,
that.
he didn't. He was meek.
Oh, he didn't want, even though he now knows he can curl the other kid up in a pretzel, he doesn't want to do it.
He doesn't want to do
Got
it.
it.
He's
Okay,
not
okay.
standing up for
All right,
himself.
keep going.
So dad takes the kid to the bus stop and says, hey, I want you to kick this other kid's ass. This is time. This has gone on too long. I'm going to stand here and watch. Okay. Kid does it.
Which,
Jiu-jitsu.
by the way, that might be actionable in the law.
Oh, it was. Dad went to jail. Kid kicks the other kid's ass.
Well, now a jiu-jitsu ass kicking is different, isn't it? A jiu-jitsu ass kicking involves a lot of uncomfortable, like twisting and turning, but then you come out of it
I
with.
think there were punches. I think there was
Oh.
blood. I think
Oh.
this was a full-on bully beatdown,
Oh wow!
which a lot of dads would go, hey, man, kid deserved it. There's that whole thing.
I don't
right?
feel bad for that kid. I think the dad still made a mistake.
So dad gets arrested. Dad goes to jail.
Hmm.
Legit. Like this was one of our students and his dad, and this guy went to jail. I haven't checked in. I don't know. I'm sure he's probably out by now. But like, okay, so there's a threshold. Like I want my kid to stand up for himself, but I also still want to be there to raise my kid. You know what I mean? So that's when I say like there's no right answer for every situation that's going to work every time. And they followed the steps. They talked to the school. They did all this stuff. And the dad's like, hey, man, stand up for yourself. But because dad drove there and said, kick this guy's ass, dad's in trouble.
Well, at that point, the kid became. I wonder what the charge was. My guess is the kid was seen as an instrumentality of the father because he was there. But okay. But back to this though.
Yes.
All right. So, and maybe I'm asking for myself.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pretend I'm asking for kids. All right.
Yes.
So you're in a situation. You're getting confronted. The kids. He won't leave you alone. My son. He's now friends with this kid. It's kind of funny. They're in 9th grade. They go to the same school. But when they're in middle school, he's in 6th grade. And this kind of obnoxious, arrogant kid from River Oaks wants to fight him.
Okay.
They hardly know each other. Nothing's happened. It just wants to fight.
Yeah.
And keeps telling my son to meet him in the bathroom.
Okay.
And eventually my son goes and the kid's not there.
Okay.
Which is good. But like, take the kid who he's walking and pretend it's the situation I described in Nebraska, right? You're walking across the street, he gets in front of you. He's blocking your egress or he's blocking your path.
Yes.
Your choices at some point can be binary, right? They can be walk around him,
Yep.
back up, turn and go the other way, or engage. So in that situation, there has to be some fundamental don'ts and some fundamental do's.
Sure.
Like you hear when you're watching a UFC fight, controlling distance.
Yes.
You hear about foot and body placement. So what are
Okay,
they?
so road rage, don't get out of your car.
Okay.
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 That's when someone's going to shoot you.
Okay.
Okay. So there's some fundamentals.
Okay.
Like if you want to roll down the window, I had this guy one time, I don't even remember the situation, but I'm behind him and he's flicking me off saying, pull over. And I'm in my 20s and I can scrap. And I'm thinking, okay, And then I'm like, you know what? This is a bad idea. And it was great. It was on I-10 when it was under construction. And and he pulls over into the feeder road, and there was like a mile of traffic, and I went back onto the freeway and was like, ah, you know, this guy was just stuck for 20 minutes in this traffic, and I'm sailing past him. You
And
know?
little does he know, someone just saved his life.
Yeah, but the reality is, like, nothing good is going to come from the fight.
Right.
Okay.
Nothing.
Nothing. Like, okay, like, great. I took this guy down, and when I hit him with a double leg, he busted his head, and now this guy has brain damage, and I'm going to jail. Yeah, well, yeah, it was self-defense. Well, did anybody see it? No. All you know is you train martial arts, and you're a weapon. You should have registered your hands. You know, whatever. And you know, now this guy's in the hospital. That's bad. So, like, the best thing you can do is have a pair of Nikes on and run. Like, that goes against us, especially someone who's into justice. Like, no, I'm not going to stand for this. But it's like, okay, well, a bad situation's probably only going to get worse. Like, rarely is it like I beat this guy up and good things came after that.
Yeah.
Right?